We're going to look at 5 different areas today, how to rock out being comfortable with who you are and allowing yourself to be who you are. So the first thing I want to look at a little bit today is kind of allowing ourselves to learn to be authentic. You hear that and it's like authentic. What does it really mean? Learning to just really be ourselves. It's this underlying desire to just kind of, I want to fit in. And it's nice to fit in, but sometimes fitting in is with that sacrificing who we really are. This connects, bottom line, the root of this is the ability to love ourselves, even with the things that we're uncomfortable with. We all have flaws. We all have flukes. We all have things that we might not necessarily like about ourselves. And there's things we can change and things that we can't change. And life is about realizing, the things we can control and accepting the things that we can't control. And it's not about, beating ourselves up over these things, but saying, how can I be comfortable with who I am? What are things do I have to really just be at peace with and see as a beautiful attribute about myself instead of a fluke? It's a big one. Allow ourselves permission to be flawed. And it's kind of thinking about that, saying like, well, allowing myself permission. But it's true. We can be really, really hard on ourselves with all these things that we might not be comfortable with about ourselves. It's saying, okay, I'm a work in progress. I am a blank canvas, right? What have I done? What kind of paints, color, things am I splattering on my canvas to bring color and life? That canvas is never fully done until you've taken your last breath. Number 2 is allowing ourselves to look in the mirror. How do you look? It's appreciating who you are, allowing ourselves to look in the mirror and what are we telling ourselves about ourselves? Because that is really, really important and significant. What do you like about yourself? I like my hair. I appreciate my hair. And these things are really important to be able to point out the positives about our attributes. All right. It can be super, super, super frustrating at sometimes of what we look at. Okay. If I had a magic wand, I would say I would like to lose a little of the love handles on me. I would like my thighs to be a little more toned and thin. So I woke up a little bit earlier this morning. I did a workout. What little things can we do to tone that up? Whether that's physically, emotionally, spiritually, we are a work in progress. But if we just nitpick and we look at the negative, it beats us up. Everything's a journey. Everything's a process. Number 3, what are things about you that you love and things that need some work? Covered that a little bit in this last one, but what are some things? Writing it down, starting, here is the big one thing at a time. If you write, these are the 877 things I don't like about myself, you'll be like, what? It's taking one thing at a time. Take one thing at a time and be kind to yourself. I will tell you, we can be really, really rough on ourselves sometimes. Because when we feed ourselves negative messages and we believe them, we truly do not fully love ourselves and we cannot live up to being our authentic selves. We can't, man. Because number 4, the things we tell ourselves, really important. I cannot tell you how the messages we send ourselves not only has an impact on how we view ourselves, how we treat ourselves, whether or not we love ourselves, whether or not we are being our authentic selves, but it impacts how other people around us see ourselves, how they see us, how they treat us, how they view us. Do they respect you if you don't respect yourself? People pick up on that. That's something I noticed about myself a number of years ago. I'm like, why am I acting differently? And it wasn't massively, significantly noticeable, but it was noticeable to me. I am a people pleaser. I've struggled with that a big chunk of my life. It was me wanting to be accepted. It was me not wanting to make waves. And so it was comfortable really not being true to myself. And it's not about being confrontational, but it's about being your real self. It's allowing ourselves to stop comparing ourselves to other people, because it is like this thorn of comparison. Comparing ourselves is so easy to do without realizing that we're doing it. You scroll on social media and it's like, wow, this person, dude, they're able to do this every single day. We begin to compare ourselves. And when we do that, it's us saying we're inadequate. Now, there's a positive to comparing ourselves in a way that can be motivation and inspirational, kind of people that just make us want to be better, and we're not comparing ourselves to in a way that it's detracting from our authentic being, that's different. Not everybody can do that, but that's something also to look at. Like who can inspire me in a really beautiful way, but also knowing that everybody's human. I always say this when I talk to young people. It's like, who's your role model? They will disappoint you because they're human. It's okay to look up to them, but know that they're going to let you down. They're human, right? They're going to say things they shouldn't be saying. They're going to tweet things they shouldn't be tweeting. They're going to maybe live a life that really is not reflective of somebody of strong character. And so for me, what I've found is finding people that I actually know, and I know that they're not human, but saying like they're doing really awesome things. They're making a difference in the world, and it spurs me on to want to do better. It spurs me on to get excited about living. It gets me excited about really that challenge of getting to know myself better. Get excited about getting to know you. Get excited about being in this pursuit, this journey of learning how to love yourself. And we've been fed this really totally twisted thing of that, to love yourself is selfish, and love, is connected to lust, or love is whatever. We could go off on a tangent here, but just pure love that God made you. There's seriously, dude, only one you ever. In the future, there's never going to be another you. In the past, no you. There's you. And that connects to self-acceptance. That's number five. And asking yourself, like, self-acceptance, part of that is self-care. How can I take care of myself? Self-love and self-acceptance truly commingle. What is it that makes your heart happy? What is it that brings you joy? And so many people think that they're pursuing joy and making other people happy in their joy, right? Hey, do you want to go for a run? I hate running, right? I hate running, but I'll run. And I'm actually not saying this myself. I used to really enjoy running with a group of women. Running by myself is one of the bane of my existence, because I just don't enjoy it. When I'm with other women, I dig it. It's empowering. But what is your thing that like maybe you've done or you're doing that like you're doing just to make other people happy? Get creative about what it is that can help you with self-care. I woke up this morning and for like a half an hour, I did like this like salsa kickboxing combo workout. And it seriously, I was smiling, I was digging it. I was like, seriously, like the sun wasn't even up yet, but that's part of my self-care. What's your joy? Self-care is part of self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is part of loving ourselves, and the aspect of never be normal, not conforming to what people think you're supposed to be. There's no sense of normal anymore. Be who you are, and loving your flaws, and loving your funky glitter colors, and loving, the neon, the flair, personality traits. Very last one that goes with self-acceptance. There are things that maybe you've allowed yourself to be. And there are things that you don't, that are just falling under your expectations. What is it about you that's truly you? Truly your personality, truly your traits. There are things about each of us that we want to work on, and that's okay. Write them down. What is it that keeps your authentic awareness intact? Things that make you better. Focusing on you. Self-care. Reminding yourself in the mirror every day. What is something that you rock out? What's something that you just love? What is something that you appreciate about yourself, and rocking it out? There's no sense of normalcy. You are awesome. You are an individual unlike any other. It's learning to love yourself, because you are awesome. You are awesome, and you need to say it more, reminding yourself of the beautiful things about yourself, the things that you want to work on just to become stronger and just more awesome. So today, as you go on your day, never be normal, my friends. Be yourself and who you were intended to be.